What is up, guys? My name is Tommaso, and in this video I'll be teaching you how to mew in 5 steps and how I changed my face from this to this in a short amount of time. Now, these 5 steps I'm about to teach you will literally cover everything that you will ever need to know about how to mew and improve your facial bone structure. Now, step number 1 is closing your mouth properly. Seal your lips by using as little lip muscle as possible. So not like this or this, but seal them in a relaxed way like this. Your teeth should be positioned that the front bottom teeth are right behind your front upper teeth. Your front teeth should not touch each other at all. They should be in a slight overbite position. But your back upper teeth and lower teeth can touch very lightly or be slightly apart, depending on what feels more comfortable for you. But the back teeth should not be apart by more than 1 centimeter. Now, step 2 is engaging the entire tongue against the entire palate. Now engage the entire surface area of the tongue against the entire surface area of the upper palate in your mouth. And the tip of the tongue should not be touching the front teeth at all. It should be placed right behind them. Try to spread the entire tongue as wide as possible so that it is covering as much palate area as possible. To do this, say the letter N while trying to press the entire tongue against the entire palate. N. Doing this will push the teeth outwards and expand your palate, which is what you want. And if you have crooked teeth, this will straighten them out over time. And if you have straight teeth, this will keep your teeth straight without any retainers or braces. And a good indicator that your tongue is nicely up against the palate is if the skin area between your chin and neck is nice and tight and not loose. Now, after you've engaged the tongue against the roof of your mouth, you want to make sure that the back of the tongue or the root of the tongue is engaged up against the back of your palate as well as the throat. Engaging the root of the tongue is really the main driver behind pushing your maxilla upwards and forwards. And a great exercise that helps you engage the root of the tongue against the throat and back third of the palate is a chin tuck. So once you have the surface area of the tongue pressed up against your palate, you want to push your neck into a straight alignment with the spine by tucking your chin inwards. This will help engage the root of your tongue against your throat and back palate, which is what you want. And now your entire tongue from the tip to root is pressed up against the entire palate as well as the throat. In the beginning, you might not be able to breathe while maintaining this position, so begin by doing repetitions until you can hold this position at all times throughout the day. So let's go through this from the beginning step by step. What you want to do is seal your lips, make sure your teeth are in their ideal position with a slight overbite, engage the entire surface area of the tongue against the entire palate, and then do a chin tuck to engage the back of the tongue or the root of the tongue against the back part of the palate and the throat. And this is the mouth posture you should be holding at all times throughout the day when you're not eating food or talking to someone. And you should be also maintaining this position while you're sleeping. And the way to maintain this mouth posture while you're sleeping is just by practicing it during the daytime, and eventually you'll naturally be doing it at nighttime. And step number 3 is good body posture. And good body posture is just as important as good mouth and tongue posture, because with poor body posture, good mouth and tongue posture will not be as effective in changing your facial bone structure. So listen up. Now, to get good body posture, go against the wall, make sure that your head, back, and glutes are touching the wall. To get into this position, you can slightly flex your abs and glutes as well. Maintain this while you're maintaining good mouth and tongue posture. And when you're sitting down to eat food, you should maintain a good back and head posture, just like when you're standing up. And you should be resting your hands on your lap, not on the table. And when you're bringing the food to your mouth, do not lean your head or back forwards. Keep your head and back straight while you're bringing the food to your mouth. Now, step number 4 is swallowing. Now, swallowing correctly is just as important as maintaining good mouth and tongue posture. Swallowing correctly generates a huge amount of force against the upper palate, which is much greater than just holding your tongue against the roof of your mouth. And this huge force that swallowing correctly generates onto your upper palate is an essential part of changing your facial bone structure. And I'm going to teach you how to swallow correctly, so listen closely. First, make sure your back teeth are in contact, and then gather the spit using the tip of your tongue. And once the spit has been gathered, you press the tongue against the roof of your mouth while you swallow, and this pushes the saliva down your throat. And while swallowing, your cheeks and lips should not be moving at all. They should be completely still, and the tongue is the only thing that should be moving and doing all the work. This is the way you should be swallowing water and food as well, not just saliva. Except with foods, you wouldn't really be gathering the food using the tip of your tongue because the food's already there. And now the final step, step number 5, is chewing, and chewing correctly. Now having strong masseter muscles, aka jaw muscles, is very important for keeping good mouth posture. But having strong jaw muscles is also important because it makes your face look much better, even for girls too. So find the hardest gum in the store and chew it 1 to 2 hours per day. And chewing correctly is very important, and I'm going to teach you how to do that right now, so listen up. You always want to chew with your mouth closed, never open. And when you chew, you want to only use the tongue to move the food around and not the cheeks. You want to keep the cheeks as still as possible while chewing. Using the cheek muscles to move the food around will cause them to become bloated and look like this. Now in the beginning it might be hard not to move your cheeks at all while chewing, but from lots of practice and over time, you will become better at it. So yeah guys, the 5 steps I just explained cover everything you need to know to improve your facial bone structure. These are the only 5 steps you need to follow. There's nothing else to this, literally. This is all there is to mewing and improving your facial bone structure. So if